All right. How's everybody doing? My house is super loud, y'all. The kids are thumping, 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 playing their video games. How's everybody doing? I'm just working on this nervous system, but I do have practice questions and I do have an update on what has been on the CPC exam. For the last 2 weekends, I have updates, so I want to show everybody. I'm just waiting for everybody to get on, and while I'm waiting, I'm just updating this brain. Our frontal lobe is responsible for our speaking, right? Our temporal lobe, it helps us to understand language, but it also is about our memory. Ooh, if I can get my pen to write today. Come on. It will write. I promise it will. Or it'll get yelled at by me. Memory, hearing. Just because I heard you doesn't mean I remembered it. None. That's a big one for me. I can tune out a conversation like nobody's business sometimes. You get kind of trained in that in the workplace, you know. So we've got this one right here is like sensations, knowing your right and left, those kinds of things. I left my pens out without closing the lids too long. Plus I'm writing uphill. They like to write downhill. There we go. I have some questions and answers to go over, and then I have updated information too. I'm just kind of playing around until everybody gets on. We didn't do the live last night because I figured out about 10 minutes before the live that, oh, it's Valentine's Day. I bet everybody's out and out at the restaurants. Did anybody go out last night to do Valentine's Day? You're still sick, Red? Oh, I'm sorry. Hope you get to feeling better really soon. Thanks for catching the live when you don't feel good. How's everybody doing? I'm just trying to prep real quick while I got a second. Waiting on everybody to get in. This one, of course, is for your vision. So all I did was Google brain anatomy and then I did function. That way I get the name of the brain parts in a nice little list. I also switch it over to images because I like images better than I do reading. I like picture books. So I look in my picture book pictures, like what I've got right here, and it just tells me for me. So I just love it. I just do a Google search, switch it to images, make sure I put in the function, then find me a great little picture and just do what it says. You know, write down what it says. Each little part is for. That way I have it for the exam in case they ask one of you guys. I'll have it in my notes for you. So you can just race to the beginning of the book where the brain is located and you can look at your picture. Plus, I get to train y'all to do it for yourselves too, but just in case, if y'all don't have time, I do have those notes available on Etsy if you want them. Just in case. All right, what are we doing? We got all of the brain parts done. That's good. Okay. We got all of that. Frontal lobe is also for emotions. That's why they always did the those lobotomy things. Oh, it's so scary. I don't do eyeballs or feet, and that kind of combines it with the eyeballs because they went through that area right there. Emotions. You remember the cerebellum being on there? I do too. That's the one I had too, that it was responsible for your balance, coordination, fine motor skills, that kind of thing. I have a child with FAS. He has fetal alcohol syndrome, but he also has fine motor skill issues with the last 2 digits on both hands. He's super technical with the first 3 and can do amazing things with this, but typing in junior high has in 5th and 6th grade, when they were homeschooled because of COVID, they sent them all home the last part of 5th grade and the first whole year of 6th grade. That's when they were learning to type, and that's where his fine motor muscles deficiencies or whatever had come into play really bad. And I was trying to get him some occupational therapy through the school district or through the health plan. And because he was so technically good at working the other 3, the 2 fingers and the thumb, that compensated for the other digits not working so well, he didn't qualify. He was just barely qualifying for any services on both districts, and they wouldn't do it. They just said, do an online typing course. I tried though. Hey MK, how's it going? Good to see everybody. All right, we ready to do some practice exam questions? Put these pens away. And then I have an update for you on what's been on the CPC exam the last 2 Saturdays for sure. Let me plug up the lappy so it doesn't die on us. All right. Hey lady. Hey lady sad, how's it going? All right. Anybody going to be taking their exam this weekend? I'm just curious. So that would be the 19th. Anybody taking their exam the 19th? Oh, I'll show you. My kids did kids, KIDZ type, type.com. They also did just simplytyping.com that had some typing games on it too. There's also a typingclub.com that they were able to do free online typing. One of the more updated ones for adults is onlinetyping.org, which has more adult appropriate typing, but anything will work. The Type Racer, it's an app for your Windows, is super fun too, because you can even do some of these things online against other kids, and you race to the end and that kind of stuff. But there's tons of information out there for sure on all that. Typing.org, yeah. Yep. There's a lot of that. Thank you for sharing the live. Thank you. That's great, Mermaid. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, I wanted to show y'all where we're at on YouTube videos too. Where is that at? Where is that at? So I need 4,000. We're at 2,815 hours watched. So another 1,185 hours watched. So if you could, my live was not even recorded the other night, Saturday night on TikTok. I lost it. So as you know, y'all know, I have to wait and make sure that TikTok records my lives, and if they don't get recorded, then we lose that information and y'all can't watch it when you're not here. So I want to start going live on YouTube, but I need a few more hours watched. So even if you're not watching, you could just turn it on in the background on a tablet or something and just turn the volume off and let it play, and that would help us get there faster. Then we won't ever lose our videos ever again of these replays. Y'all can just, as soon as I hit in the live, it'll be automatically saved, and there you won't even have to wait for the next day. You can repeat and rewind and all that stuff. So we're getting so much closer. So I appreciate everybody helping out with that. That is awesome. Okay, where am I at? Here's my questions. I have some. I know. Thank you, lady. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Red. Thank you, Red. Awesome, awesome. Yep. Thank you. Thank you so much. Just play them in the background. Gosh. I got a couple of questions tonight for COC too. So if any of you are going to be taking your COC or plan on doing any kind of additional certification, a couple of these questions are on both exams actually, CPC and COC. So let me get this sucker going on over here. Let's see. So does anybody know what kind of surgery this one is? Now that y'all have seen the answer, but thank you for the roses. I really appreciate it. So you can still do the process of elimination with this one, just in case you didn't know. You can. Let me get the screen to lay down just a little bit better for you. There we go, so I can back out a little bit. So for process of elimination, you know, I like to look for similarities, and so does AAPC, it seems like. So they have 2 C's, and then they have 2 V's, right? Well, the 2 C's, this one is in the eye, and then this one is in your small intestines, colon, that kind of thing. But these two, I won't say the word just in case my live gets banned, might be, they are exactly the same area, right? So I would get rid of, even if I didn't know, I would get rid of these two because they're in totally, completely different parts of the body. But the B and D are in the same place. So are we doing plastic surgery or are we doing a repair with this suffix is what you could be looking at. So that would tell you whether you're at plastic repair or at a plastic surgery or a repair. So that might help you out during the exam. But of course, MK's got it all right. So does AJ. So does 779 Maritz. Yep. Skinner does too. User. Yep. MK. Yep. It's Jits. Yep. AJ. Yep. Everybody's got it right. Yep. D. Very sure. This is the surgery you want to have when you get older in life, maybe one of these days. If it's plexi, it's B. Very nice info. I didn't even think to share that information, so that's awesome. So MK is awesome. If it is a plastic repair, then you're going to get the suffix pexi. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Ooh, somebody's asking what time is the live. Where did that come from? Is that on Messenger or is that in... It just screamed across my stream. It's now. It's now, Miss Bunny Rabbit. On question 1 on TikTok. Fade, Miss Fade, thank you for all the loves and share. Okay, so here's the definition for the surgical repair of this. Many people that have fibroid tumors and end up having to have a hysterectomy, this procedure is also piggybacked at the same time, because once they remove the uterus, usually you can tell that the walls have collapsed in on themselves because of the size of the fibroid tumors. So after the hysterectomy, the surgeon will go in and adjust and repair the walls that have been pretty much hemorrhaged out or herniated out. They kind of look like a hernia. They got all weakened and everything, and they'll tack them back up to something up there that is of a stronger material, muscle type that will help hold it back up together. But often done together. Super easy one here. What does the combining form of MY and O mean? You're not late. You only missed one little question. You're good. You're good. You're good. And it was just an anatomy one. So again, you can still see how you could do process of elimination with this one, right? If you didn't know, you get rid of bone and eardrum because they don't start with the same M, right? And mandible is in the jaw, right? And muscle. There's one that I wanted to share, and my mind is blanking right now. What if you add a C into that? What if you have M, Y, C, and then O? What does that abbreviation equal to? Oh, very good, MK. MYELO means marrow. What does MYCO mean? MK, why are you here studying? You seem to know everything. You're going to do so well on your medical certification exam. You're going to be one of those that gets me like a 99% score. You're going to do so well. I can't wait to see your score. You're going to do great. Yep, that means fungus. And then we just had another one with the other for the bone marrow. MYELO is for bone marrow. MK is going to do awesome. Awesome. Test anxiety is the worst, though. Sometimes you can get into that certification exam, and I remember getting up to the table with my 20 years experience, knowing what I'm doing, and, not even knowing what my name and date of birth was, because they asked me that, and I didn't know they were going to ask me that, I guess. I was prepared. I had my AAPC membership number. I had my phone off. I had my books with me, and they look at me and want to know what my name and date of birth is. I don't know. I brought my ID, though. Here you go. You can look on that, because I don't know. And plus you're in a room full of people and everybody else is sitting, and you have to walk up to the very front of the room and then give them your ID in front of everybody and then go find a seat. It's just like elementary school all over again. So, yeah. You got a 99 in your medical... See, I didn't pull that out of the hat. My brain, I got this ESP thing going on. You'd be surprised. I knew you were going to ace something. Very good. Here's another one. What is the combining form that means fatty? Hey, Mean, how's it going? How's it going? Oops, wrong book. Wrong book, wrong book, wrong book. Just looking for a page in the CPT book real quick while I'm thinking about it, because I want to share it in a minute. If I can find it. Yep, okay. So if we did the process of elimination and went AAA all the way down, right? And then R's all the way down, then the T's all the way down. The next letter that is the same is these two E's, right? And then we could get rid of the H and the Z, if that makes any sense to anybody, and keep the two E's. It at least gets you down to at least 50-50. And then you just need to know if it's an R, just the I or not, I mean, because you get the ER, so you've got the first four letters right there. And then all you need to know is if the I is the right, if that adds meaning and makes it 50. Fatty, I mean, 50. Oh my gosh, I can't talk tonight. So, B is correct. Everybody knew that one anyway, but just in case for the ones that might not know. So there's a book I've been working on the nervous system lately, and I've been working on page 485 in the CPT book, but it's the 2022 version. So depending on what version of the book you've got, it could be on a different page, but it'll be right underneath the section that starts with the somatic nerves. This is the one page where I want to make sure that everybody goes through and finds the word that is the nerve that they're working on in each CPT code. For like 64400, we're under this name of this nerve. It'll be right after the semicolon, that nerve. What does that nerve do for your body? This one happens to send pain and touch and temperature and sensations from the face to the brain. Just something super simple like that. Like 64420 is intercostal. So what you need to write is chest and rib area. So just where in the body are some of these words? Because some of them are very difficult to maybe negotiate out in your brain with the prefixes and the suffixes. Where is that? And I've seen their CPC exam questions maybe not have the actual real name in there. I mean, as far as this, it's in the book. They're going to say they're doing something in the rib and chest area, right? So they're going in between the third and fourth rib. So this one page is super handy dandy to go on and Google each little nerve on just these, however many. There's only probably about 12 or 13. Just do those. Just do a quick Google search and write your body parts down in layman's terms. Where is that? So that you know for the exam. And that'll help you out on that one page. Shouldn't take you long at all. Sorry about that. Let's see if we can get it focused better. Intra. Why is it getting so dark? Come on, camera, phone. Here we go. Yep, everybody knows within on that one, for sure. Easy peasy one. Okay. Which of the following is not a feature or function of the integumentary system? What is the integumentary working on? Everybody saying B? Hey, Yelly. It's okay. Take a guess. So, process of elimination, right, can get rid of something, maybe. Or do we just do with control? Maybe control is what we need to keep. Or is it the M's that we can keep? It can be tricky sometimes trying to figure out what the process of elimination will be for these questions, but most of the time it's the beginning. So movement of the skin the integumentary system protects. It does temperature control and moisture control. But movement is in the muscles. Yep. Very good. Good job. The vertebral column is responsible for protecting the spinal cord, standing upright, sitting upright, or is it AAP's favorite of all time answers that they always love to pick? If it's ever an option, probably, 90% of the time, the answer is always all of the above. You read this? What did you read? Hey, Cece, how's it going? Good to see you. Yep. D is AAPC's favorite. All of the above, none of the above. If you ever see one of those, kind of gravitate towards that. Verify and make sure, but that's probably going to be your answer more times than not, for sure. It's good to see you. All of the above. Yep, yep, yep. All right, which of the following is not a muscle type? Am I going to trick people with this one? That's what you're supposed to know, Miss AJ. So, have you ever had like a T-bone steak, right? You've got that bone through the top and you've got a bone through here. Well, the muscle that you have, of course, has these little lines, right, of fatty tissue or something that is supposed to be the good stuff when people are picking out steaks for what to grill. You know, the men are all, you know, it's got to have these marble lines, right? Marble, I think that's what they call it in the steak world. And that is striated. Those are striad lines. Oh, what a terrible looking steak, but you know what I mean. It looks more like a face than anything. But anyway, that's what striad means. So our answer is indeed soft tissue. Very good. Soft is sub-Q, right? So there are 3 types of muscle. If you don't have this listed in your musculoskeletal system at the very beginning, where the pictures are drawn, it's a really good idea to write these down. The 3 types of muscles are cardiac for the heart, of course, striad for your movement. They help muscles attached to the skeletal of the bone system, right? And then you've got smooth muscles, which are important in digestion. They help smooth all the waste out of your body. You know, nothing's supposed to be hard and all constipated to come out. It's all supposed to come out really smooth, right? So that's the way I think of smooth muscles. Is they're helpful for getting the waste out. Thank you, Cece. Love it. Thank you so much. What do we owe? Okay, and this question comes. What question comes? I hope that helped your question, AJ. I do have coding questions, I promise. I just had some anatomy that I wanted to make sure. What is coded when reporting adjacent tissue to repair a lesion excision? Is it tissue transfer? Tissue transfer, an excision is coded, or an excision is coded? So we've got 2 and 2. What would you be doing? You're welcome. Happy to help. Is the tissue transfer listed first? Which is more complicated, the excision or the transfer? Or is the excision coded first and then the transfer? What do you think? The transfer? Isn't the excision included in the transfer code? I'm just wondering. I think the adjacent tissue when we do those, the excision's included in there, isn't it? The tissue code only. According to the CPT guidelines, the adjacent tissue transfer or rearrangement states that the excision of the benign lesion or malignant lesion is not separately reportable. So I remember, I think I went through the integumentary system, and in my notes, that adjacent tissue codes I think we allografts, autografts, adjacent tissue. There we go. Here's my notes on that. This is so if we start out with the adjacent tissue, if you're in the 2022 book, I'm on page 109 of the book, and I got examples down here too, but I put on the top of every one of them, includes excision. I wrote it so many times that made me light up knowing that the adjacent tissue includes excision. That way I know it every single time. So yeah, it includes it. So we would only code the transfer code only. They are tricky with that one. Yeah. Good job, Cece. Good job, Mean. Good job, Mermaid. Awesome. So did Lady. She got it too. Good job. So did Negan. I'm not even know. Nehag. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but you're Negan to me. Where's your baseball bat? Negan. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. I don't have a cat. I love your name. You found it in the book? Page 97? Okay. Yep. Starting with codes 14000 all the way down to 14301. The parent codes, just write includes excision, just like I've got in my notes. And my notes are available too. Don't forget, there's a link in the bio if you want to click on it and it takes you to the notes. But yeah, all I did was write at the top of every single parent, just write. That way I don't forget, because that's the tricky one. Yep. Okay. Documentation for a partial mastectomy procedure would include attention to the removal of adequate surgical margins surrounding the breast mass or lesion, attention to the removal of the surrounding lymph nodes, attention to the weight of the tissue being removed, or attention to the tissue being removed from the axilla. This is one of those questions for your COC, CPMA, even a CCNA S, they would ask this. I don't foresee this question being on the AAPC CPC exam, but it is really good to know because you might have to code a partial mastectomy, and knowing the difference between a complete and a partial would help you for your CPC exam. I hope so. My last AJ TikTok Live did not record. There was a technical error. I hope so. I don't have any guarantees. I cannot wait till I get enough views on YouTube to be able to go live there too. And then that way, as soon as my live ends, it'll already be saved. I just need 1,000 more hours of view time from you guys. So if y'all could play them all night long while you're sleeping, just turn the volume off, that would be awesome. Just put them on play all and repeat. And then we won't lose any more. But I went through and deleted some old TikTok lives through my TikTok app to make sure that, I don't know if there was server room issues. They're supposed to only save them for 90 days and then they delete them automatically. Well, I thought, well, what if there's just too many? So I went through and deleted the oldest ones from November and December. So that hopefully tonight's will record for sure. Yeah, those ZY Plasty Rotation Island Flaps. I hope it's recorded. Cross your fingers. I hope so, Twinkle. Hey, Twinkle. Look at her new picture. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Yay, Kim. Awesome. You're finally on Discord. Girl, we got so much stuff on Discord. Man, our Discord app is so cool. I didn't want to switch. Never did want to switch. And it has been a challenge to learn it, let me tell you. But oh my goodness, at the stuff we got on there now. Bring this up so I can put the phone up underneath here. So when you get into our chat, yeah, we got our own little chat room here, but you click those little dots up here in the corner and look at all the rooms we have. We have CPC practice question room. We have exam day prep room. Like I just shared in here today, what letter you write to send to AAPC to get your A removed. This is a copy of my letter, what was sent, and this is the template, and this is the address you email it to. I even sent it to them before I even scheduled and took my exam. That way, I would never be classified as an A apprentice. I wanted to be CPC all the way from day one, so I sent it to them well before, 4 weeks before my exam. That was the first thing I did. So you can send it to them ahead of time. And I sent the script there. But I've got all kinds of tips on what to get, how to prepare for it, whether it's in person or whatever. And that's just in that room. And then we have an E&M source room. We have a CPT code source room, which is super helpful because I show you parts of my book on what to write, how, what, when, where, and other people have been sharing their copies of their notes from their books. I've got my ICD10 room where we're sharing what notes we've got written and stuff like that. So cool. We've got so many rooms. I even have CRC practice questions, CCS, CCA practice question rooms, the COC, CPMA. You can sell your books here without having to pay eBay or some other fees. Y'all just negotiate and play nice, and just PayPal friend each other or something, whatever safe app you got, to Zeal or whatever. But it's just us guys, so nobody else is in there. Love it. Cece's already sold hers in here, I think. And some of hers had my notes in it because she ended up with 2022 books before she knew she could keep her 2021s, which you can, by the way. Medical terms have their own room where we've been sharing all kinds of medical terms, parts of our books, what we've written in our books, all kinds of stuff. Just love our rooms. Don't get me started on these rooms. I love it. And then we've also got who we've helped, everybody who's passed. We share our lovely congratulations and stuff like that in here. Everybody that's passed, I find all their screenshots and share that kind of information. We even have job resources for online, hopefully remote jobs and area. And then now I've got a new CEU room too, where I've been posting CEU information for being able to join and get free CEUs, hopefully. So we can make any kind of room we want or resource we want to keep stuff organized. As soon as you join, you got immediate access to all the rooms. And the practice question rooms are just my favorite. I just love going in there and seeing you guys sharing questions, and then I share questions too. It's been a lot of fun. I like seeing all of it, and then I'll answer y'all's questions. If y'all are having difficulty on one, I'll point out in the book what you might be missing. That's the reason why the answer is a certain way. But just love it. Just love it, love it, love it. Love our little Discord, even though it's a little mannish, I guess. It's not fluff with the drop-down menus, and we can't share or throw whales around and stuff like that, like our Facebook Messenger, but I still like having everything immediately accessible by you and then having every room there. If you want to join, first download the Discord app, please. Set up your account, and then come find me and friend me on Discord, and it's at Medical Coding by Jen. Of course, just search for me, and there's my number, 6243, if you need it, but that's just my server room number. But you should be able to just Google search, or not Google, but Discord search for a friend and add me at just Medical Coding by Jen. I'll get a message down here that'll tell me I have a friend request, and then I'll send you the server link room so that you can get into our main server room, which is that big room right there, and that's where everybody chats and talks, and this is where all the, chit-chat goes and simple questions. And then if you have practice questions or things you want to ask related to these areas, we try to keep those there so we can find the resources later. But that is a huge benefit, guys. Okay, where am I at? We're still doing the mastectomy, right? I'm so glad to see you in there. It'll be great, Kim. It could be tissue or lymph. I hope so. I don't know how to get inside of it. Kim, inside the Discord, did you message me? Let me see. I had one person I didn't send the link to because their name scared me, and I didn't know who they were. Not saying you'd scare me, Kim, but I'm like, there's just one person that friended me, and I let them friend me, but I didn't put them in the group. See, I don't think it's any of the Kims. Nope, it's not any of the Kimberlys. So if you started out with your name in Discord as a K, then that's not it. I'm trying to find the name that scared me. It was like medical coding by somebody else. It was like, I don't know, coding by somebody. I don't know. They were like, I don't know if they were playing a take off my name and just thought, or if they were another person who's teaching. I don't know what it was, but it sounded more educational person than just somebody who wanted help. So, who else? I'm trying to see if I can find the name real quick to see if it's anybody that would be here. They call me Chipmunk. I think that's a cute name, even though I haven't seen them talk much in there. I can't even find it. They may not. I'm looking through everybody who is my friend, and now I don't see their name. Maybe they changed their name. But it seemed weird. Bulldog Mom, got her in there. But if you do friend me and you don't get a link message from me in your Discord messenger, just keep messaging me to see why I didn't send you the link. But there's only one person I didn't send the link to. We do have a blast in there. CKS Shay. Some of the girls in here might be able to share the link. I can't share it while it's in the live because I'm on this phone and I can't share the link while I'm doing it because one of my kids is out there coughing like a just got into So in my TikToks, if I could get my phone to work, I hope my cell service doesn't die. If it does, guys, I'm sorry. My internet is being really, really slow for all of a sudden, for some reason. Okay, come on, phone. I hope it's not my internet service. There we go. I got it to come up again. Okay. So on my last TikToks, if you go through the list of all my TikToks, the one with Dolly Parton clapping at the bottom, and it says free practice questions, but she's clapping. This one has the most comments in the comment section with good links for, I made one to permanently not go away if it would ever, see my internet's really slow right now, come up. There are some links in there. But, of course, email me, my email address. See, I've got some right here. My kids are out there. They must have swallowed some water wrong. They're distracting me, being all coffee. But my email address is right there in this TikTok bio, too. You can email me, and I'll send you the link for the Discord group to join, but please be sure and set up your Discord account before you click on that link because it doesn't work. You can't sign up for a Discord from that link. You need to go on and set up your account first. That's the link for Etsy, and there's 20% off coupon too right there if you need it. My fat cat. My fat cat. But I hope that helps you, Tanya. You can at least email me right there. Do I have resources for the Department of Defense coders? My Uncle David would. He took care of their IT department for the defense silo system, so I don't have access to anything like that, I don't think. And Uncle David is retired now, so all he deals with now is his two dogs, Pepper and Penny, from the Sergeant Pepper Band, and those little English bulldog thingies, or no, he does the American bulldogs, or not even that. They're like French bulldogs. They're the littler ones. Anyway, but they're not the squat, short ones, so they're a little taller. They're like knee-high. Anyway, he's got two of those right now. None of this costs money. I do all my tutoring and teaching free 3 nights a week, 2 hours each night, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on TikTok. And I share all my repeat 2-hour tutorings on YouTube live for free. I also have Discord with all those rooms and support that site and in there every day helping you guys out with any questions. And of course I've got some mentors and mentees like Twinkle and Cece and Alma, just tons of people to help out. Janet is a super helpful member too that help out and answer questions all day long. But I do all this for free. I show you my CPT books, what to do for prep. I also have a website, Medical Coding by Jen, that's all free. You sign up in there and it shows you picture by picture of what to do to your CPT books in a much more organized fashion than Discord if you don't want to Discord. Just all kinds of info there. All of it's free. I don't charge for anything unless you just want page by page printout of my notes from of the CPT book. Then that's the only thing that's charged for. Besides my tutoring hours, I do tutor one-on-one. The other 3 days that I'm not doing these TikTok lives, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturdays, I'm do one-on-one tutoring, and that's available at my website, Medical Coding by Jen, that you can schedule anytime. Oh, I shut that door because the kids are making all kinds of room. But no, I don't charge anything for all the education and the tips, and I even go live and show you book prep directly from here when I'm not teaching. So all of it's for free. Is there a magazine called? Yeah, I'm sure there is a magazine. Yep. Did you find the CPC letter snippet, but did you say that you also have a script? Yes, I did. And I posted the script on my Discord, but I have it here too. So this is from my actual letter that I actually sent to AAPC. Let me get my camera to go up. So they give you this template on AAPC to use if you wanted to. It's just got your name and member ID and all that stuff. And then it's supposed to be signed by your boss or whatever, but this middle part is what they want you to put down as your current responsibility. So this is my current responsibilities that I put on my letter. It's an actual screenshot from that. Let me see if I can't get this without all the lighting bothering you guys. Let me see. There we go. And you can tap into this TikTok live and you can screenshot without all the chat if you swipe right, I think, and then you can do a screenshot if you want to, but that's what we actually wrote in my letter to them. And then I even included the email address of where to send it. Somewhere. Oh yeah, it was in here, exam day prep, right there. There's the info of where you send it to. But this tells you all about it. That's what all this stuff is right there that I posted to get your A removed. It just tells you all about it. I even sent them my college hours because I had a degree. I just sent them my college transcripts along with it. I just really wanted the A to be gone before I even took the exam. So you don't have to do all that, but I did. And then there's the template, and then also the email address. You just email it to them, and you'll get a letter back. It took 2 weeks. They say give them 4 weeks, but it took 2 weeks, and then they sent me back a letter saying your A it was approved to be removed if you when you take your exam. So that was helpful. I wanted all that done beforehand. Yes, you can see the Discord name again for sure. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Auntie Cece. Yeah, if you want to get rid of the apprenticeship on your CPC, because when you take the CPC exam, if you didn't send something to AAPC to say you're already working in the medical field or have a degree, then they're going to give you an apprenticeship certificate that says you're a CPCA, and I never wanted to be that. So I went on and sent them all my info ahead of time so that when I took the exam and passed, that I would just be a simple CPC with no 2-year or 1-year, whatever it is, apprenticeship. All right, back to this question. What documentation for a partial mastectomy procedure, what would it include? Lots of people with varying answers. Here is your answer. We're only talking about the adequate surgical margins surrounding the breast mass or lesion. That is it. A is going to be your answer for that one. Any questions? Y'all good? We're almost up to 1,000 likes already. I have some information too on what's been on the CPC exam in the last 2 weekends to help out too. You're very welcome. All right. How are status E indicators services paid? Another COC question, and then we'll be done, I think. 100%, 50%? Is it part of the outside services? Is it non-covered? The outpatient services? Aw, Janet's helping out. It's non-covered, so indicator status E is non-covered for any of you COC people. Here's a circumcision question. No, it's a circumstance condition code. Oh my Lord, I'm seeing circumcisions today. We do have a couple of circumcision questions, and it did come up on the CPC exam in the last 2 weeks, so I have one that I was doing today, actually. So this is just a condition code 21. If we do the process of elimination, we've got provider, provider, and provider. This one's got Medicare. I know, but these are for COC, nothing that CPC needs to know. So the provider requesting a denial notice for Medicare to bill Medicaid or other insurers, that's the condition code of 21. And it is reported when the provider is requesting a denial notice for Medicare so that they can bill Medicaid or other insurers. We just need to know why they denied it, and we need a copy that they did deny it so that we can send it off to further insurance companies. But no big deal. That's all for COC. All right, this one's for everybody. So, what is the term for intentionally downcoding procedures? Is it fraud, abuse, compliance, or misuse of an encounter program? Yep, you need that primary EOB. That's right. Very good. Everyone should know this one. Whether you're upcoding or downcoding, it's still called the same thing. What is it? There you go. There you go. Yay, we got 1,000 likes. Yay, yay, yay. That's so fun to watch go up like that. Awesome. Fraud. Yep, yep, yep. All right, y'all ready to do some coding and some process of elimination stuff? All right. Finally, we have these codes. What are we going to keep and what are we going to get rid of? 63047. Y'all can follow along in your own CPT books too, by the way. So if we go to 63047, somewhere around there, we can at least be in the right general direction. 630. Somebody's like, the answer's A. Aw, thank you, Mama. So we're keeping A and B, or A and D. A and D? We're keeping A and D? Yeah, keeping A and D for process of elimination. I'd go there first because I'd only want to know, that. And that's it, just the first thing. And then we look for coding irregularities. Does D look like a coding irregularity? Can we have a 50 modifier on that one? Is there a parenthetical that goes with that says don't use a certain thing? Or if it is bilateral, do we use? So if we look at, this is the code, right? But we have to consider that it's part of a parent code that's up here. And this code right here is unilateral and bilateral. It doesn't matter. That's why I put the big U and the big B there for my notes. If it was just a unilateral code, I would put just a big U. That way I would know I'd need to use a modifier. So this particular code, it doesn't matter whether it's one thing or another. If they're doing a lumbar here, the mama code's already got unilateral and bilateral already included. And yep, I even have in my notes no 50 mod. Gotta love it. I go overboard, but it's all there if you need it, for sure. So we know we can't code D either. So we're going to have A, and we didn't even look at any of the question at all, and you already knew what the answer was. Now that's highfalutin right there. You want to take every one of your questions like that every single time. Very good, guys. I think most everybody got that one right. Yep. We can look at our question. We can match it up with lumbar. Yep. We have our use this code with that code. Absolutely. We don't even have to look at it, though. We can just wave to it as it goes bye-bye because we knew what the answer was, right? Love it. Love it when that happens. All right. Let's go check out what has been on the CPC exam in the last 2 weeks. So the updates that we've been waiting for, of course, are from 2/5/2022 is we've got that infamous JVD. And if you don't know about our CPT book, if you have this version from the AMA, you'll know that on the back cover of our book, the plastic hard cover part of our book, on the inside flap, we have a list of all kinds of abbreviations. JVD happens to not be here. If you look through all the J's where they would be, and AAPC apparently knows that one because it's not here. And we need to actually add JVD here. So we need to be sure and do that. There's another one that floats around, IV something. It's one of the IV ones. It'll come up in just a minute. I have it here on our notes, but we need to write that one down on here too. Put that off. But if you haven't written it, that's a really good spot to put it in somewhere, is to put your jugular vein distension there. That will help you out during your CPC exam for sure. IVA, yes, we need to write that one in on the last page. They have a lot of abbreviations it could be, like intraventricular arrhythmia. I've used it for that in cardiology a lot, but I think we finally figured out what the question was because a lot of people were having trouble remembering exactly what the options were. And we think we know IVA was referring to, which one was it? What was it referring to? Did I write it down? I think I wrote it down somewhere. What was it, guys? IVA, it's intravenous, because they're using it for all kinds of stuff. Intravenous access, yeah. That one's just such a commonality term that I wouldn't even think that they would ask it. Not like the intraventricular arrhythmia. That one just seems more medically appropriate. Intravenous access just seems like, yeah, I guess so. It's in an emergency, but it's just something that I wouldn't bother asking a student for. It just seems cliche. I don't know. But you can even, that abbreviation is good for the hepatitis A vaccines. There's just so much that you could use this one for. I'm just writing it down in the book before I forget again and my brain dies on me. You never know what they want their answer to be because there can be so many different ways to look at certain things, especially in medical coding, because your guidelines are never black and white, and there's always a but if. All right, so she also had the differences between some muscles and the neck area. She had that my ring issue with code number 69450. She made a point to remember this one because they were asking not only about this number, could it be this one that's the pan. There was a different one right up here, the OS, Tommy. You see how the differences are so slight? One of them has an S in it, and then one of them has an L in it. There was a very slight difference between which my ring they were doing. My ring also means middle ear. But there was something very specific about these particular words and their slight differences that they were asking about. And that's very typical about what AAPC does, is they like to find things where there's just one little letter in between that makes all the difference in the world between the two words that are so similar. I don't know what the question was. All I'm getting is raw information about what was on their exam. These are their memories and impressions of what was on their exam. I can't give you any more information than what I've got right here, except for I can go look up clinical examples and practice questions like I do for the previous people that shared stuff, because these were some of the questions that were on other people's exams, but I had to go find that information. This stuff is still raw right here that I don't have the info other than what I'm telling you right now. And I will go hunt and find stuff that will match these scenarios or keywords that they're saying, and make sure for the next live that we have some practice exam questions for these updates. But for today, all I've got is just the raw information. And remember, if you do buy this document, it's 30 pages long right now, 32 pages long. And it's on Etsy, but if you buy it once, every time I update it, I resend out everybody a new email with a new update for the following week's information that's shared, just so you know. And it's like $20 on Amazon or Etsy. So I'm thinking about Amazon right now, because they called my mom 3 times today about somebody billed $900 for her, but there's no way Amazon would call us to verify a charge. Amazon doesn't do that. So now I'm thinking that it's a crank call to her, but they've called us like 13 times today. It's crazy. So anyway, I got Amazon on the brain. But anyway, that's what this information is. I wished I had more information right now, but it's just so new and raw, and I haven't had a chance to go hunt for something right now. She had a circumcision with a ring versus a clamp, and we all know where that's coming from. So if you go to the male genitalia system, which is right after urinary, yep, and we go to our circumcision page, which is right here, and we go to code number 54150 on page 429 if you're in the 2022 book. This one's the one with the clamp, but there's a parenthetical down here underneath your do nots that says that you report this one with the modifier 52 if they use it without a dorsal ring block. This is anesthesia, just the simple skin anesthesia that they'll put a cream on it to numb it up a little bit. It's just a numbing mechanism. But if they do it without these 2 words, then you add that 52 modifier to this. So far our questions have been the difference between this code and then this code having the 52 modifier, like this is A, and then D answer will have the 52 modifier, and they did use the ring block on that baby. It was 8 days old, so you would not use that modifier, if that makes any sense. It goes crazy thinking about using it when you don't use something. So anyway, that's our scenario for that one. Yeah, be careful, it's a scam. I thought so. They've called her incessantly. And, you know, she's 70 years old on Tuesday next week. So I know she's in that population where they want to pick on her. But, man, they're aggressive with those phone calls. They won't stop. We put a block on them. They just call from a different number. It's ridiculous. It's awful. Thank you for the update on that. You know, I haven't been watching the news lately, and I'm so behind on anything. I'm like, what? Why would Amazon? Amazon's never called me. They don't care what I'm ordering. Now, my bank might stop something, and they'll send me a text message. Did you do this? Yes or no? But that's it. Never seen Amazon call anybody. All right. Simple closure repair was also on her exam. A swallow test with a video. There are 2 different swallow tests. There's one in the very, very back in medicine, and then there's also one in radiology. She thinks it's the one that was in the radiology 7,000 area. There you go. There's another one besides that 926. There's one in radiology. We went hardcore looking. We were on the phone, actually. We talked, and I wrote these notes from our conversation. And that's where I went. I went straight to that one in the back in medicine. And she kept thinking, no, it's radiology. It's radiology. So, yeah, there you go, Mean. That's the one that she went to. So now, I don't know whether she got the answer right, but that's the answer she picked. I don't know if the one in the back of the book was the correct code that she should have picked, because that's where my mind went to, was straight to the back of the book. And I picked out, well, I wonder if it was this code. And she said, well, she picked the one here. And it seemed to make more sense to her that it was going to be this code, the 74, but I don't know. I worry, well, what if it was the one in the back? I don't know. I got to find a practice exam question to see if I can find the question she had on her exam, and then I'll know if she got it right or wrong, because I'll know by the answer which one it was. Thank you. Yeah, her birthday's on the 20th. So next Tuesday. Yes, the 20th. So is that Sunday? No, it's Sunday. I thought it was Tuesday. No, it's Sunday. Sunday's Mom's birthday? 21st. Her birthday's... No, it's the 20th. It's the 20th. It's Sunday. Sunday's her birthday. Yeah. My mom's 19 years older than me. So that'll tell you how old I am. She's a good mom. You did? You got an email from them saying, oh, God, she'll get emails from them too. Oh, no. Thank you, Cece. I'll tell Mom. She's in there right now. Hey, thanks, Mean. Oh, Fad, nice. Happy birthday to you. You only got 3 more days right after Valentine's Day. What a nice one. What's the second code? I think it's the 74230 versus the 92611 code. Hey, Anna. Sure, I got some advice for you. All you need is no courses. Please don't buy a course. I don't think they're helpful at all, and I think they're more confusing, and they're super expensive. So I don't think you should get a course. I think you should get a study guide. If you're going through a HEMA or AAPC, whichever one you want to go through, get their workbook study guide. So, like, for example, just do a Google search for CPC study guide from AAPC, just those 3 words, CPC study guide, and then do AAPC, so that's 4 words. Do a Google search, not eBay or whatever, and then switch it over to shopping, and then just look for this workbook. Even if you get an old one for like 2019, it's still the same questions and answers as the 2021 book. I'm getting the 2022 book as we speak. I'm waiting on it to finish uploading, and then I'll be able to audit it too. But it doesn't matter. Get an old one. It does not matter. Mine's all beat up to crap. But this is your course. Everything you need to know about medical coding is right here inside this course. Every single word is a PDF or a video from their course. Just get that workbook and then get you a CPT book from AMA or AAPC, but it must say AMA on here. The CPT book, you can get the other books later, but right now you need this one. And then start following me every freaking Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Join the Discord. I'll show you how to prep your book like this so that you will be able to just pick out the right answer for questions that we've been doing. And I'll teach you some techniques that will help you to pass the exam, all for free. So happy to help. Whatever you need, get you done. You just got to watch. The 2022 book is super expensive. It's $100 right now, I think. But if you can find one cheaper from a used bookstore online, have them mail it to you for $20, have at it. That's even better. It does not matter if it's an older one. You're welcome. No, don't ever get that book, the medical book for dummies. No, no, no. I ended up with a PDF version of that thing, and the general information that was in there, it was awful. Like a dummy wrote that book about medical coding is more like it. It wasn't for dummies. It was written by a dummy. It was bad. It was really bad. Bad, bad, bad. Don't get that one. It doesn't matter. You can get the 2021 versions of the HitPix and the ICD10 book used from anywhere, but you can use any versions of those for your CPC exam. Yeah, it does cost a lot. I use my tax returns every year in June, so I'll file my taxes in February. I'll get my tax returns back in April, and then by May or June, I just go on and buy the next year. So I'll go in this May. I'll go online to AAPC. I'll order all the books for the 2023 year. I'll go on and pay my yearly membership and turn in my CEUs. That's what I use my tax returns for. But technically, I don't have to buy the books anymore, but I buy them so that I can do all these lovely notes for you guys. But that's okay. That's super helpful. But you can get the ICD-10 and the HitPix book as a prior year book if you think you can learn enough to take your exam by December, then you'll be okay. But in 2023, if we take those exams then, you'll need to have a 2022 book by then. But you can use it all year long. It's just we can't be 2 years behind. I don't know how much RHIA is. No idea. You can go to the AAPC websites for that kind of stuff. I know the membership is $190 this year, and they go up $5 probably every year, but a lot of times companies will reimburse you for your membership fees. You just turn in the receipt, say you paid it, and your company pays it for you, like Optum and all those other medical groups and things. I've never, I pay it up front, but then I just get it back in a paycheck, usually a month later. The first 2 weeks, the HR is super slow. They don't ever get nothing on your next paycheck, but the one after that, they get it put on there. So our lovely Infusaport code was on her CPC exam. We've got a code for 12034 that was on the exam too. What is PHI? Lovely favorite question that's always on the exam. I got one that was, which one of these is not PHI? And it was a workman's comp something or another. So one of those kind of questions. CT, abdominal and pelvis with contrast was on her exam. The CPT code, not CPT, HitPix. Watch me now. H0001. Boy, we went back and forth on this code, because that was a new one for me. And if you don't have AAPC's version of the HIPICS book, it's rearranged a little differently. You don't get all the modifiers on the covers, for one. So this was a drug rehab facility or assessment, something like that, for a Medicare patient. It was drug or alcohol assessment. She wondered if you would use this or would you use a CPT code, but she didn't know which CPT code they were even alluding to. But since it's Medicare, you know you're doing HIPICS anyway. So this was just a new one for the CPC exam for 2022. So I know I haven't seen this HIPICS on any of the prior exam. It wasn't on mine. So this happens to be probably a new thing that's going on for 2022. And this is what the code looks like and the descriptors. It's obviously been around a long time. It's in one of our coding clinics from 2009, so it's not brand new. I wonder if they were asking, she wasn't sure on the question about it being covered or where it would be covered or if it would be covered or what Medicare would be doing with it. This one, the O2, we have that alert right there that services are not separately priced by Plan B. Other than that, we knew we had a new HIPICS code. You only have 3 or 5 of these questions for the entire exam, so it's not too hard to worry about. But oh, what is this interact button down at the bottom? That's new. Get a poll. Get your viewers' opinions. What the heck is this? Start a poll. Clearly state your question and what the default options and hearts and what each thing's request. Oh, I don't know what poll to ask. What would I ask you guys? Oh my gosh. Well, I want to start at a poll, but I don't remember my question right off the top of my head right now. What was I going to do? Yeah, which section of the CPT book should I do next? Yeah. Maybe. I wonder. What would it be? What did I do? I don't know what I did. This is Medicare. Yeah, HIPICS. Yes, Shelby, you got to figure that out for the CPC exam for sure. You got to figure. Oh, there's the poll. So do we want, okay, smiley face is cardiology. No. Yeah, no. Smiley face is radiology because that's where I want to go next because it's a smaller section, okay? But crybaby one is for cardiology because I know everybody wants me to do cardiology, but it's just a really long chapter. So which one do y'all want me to do next? Radiology or cardiology? That's so fun. I don't know how to do all this stuff. Radiology or cardiology? Which section of the CPT book? So I've got nothing left but these big ones to do. I know y'all want lab and path, but digestion is another one that's kind of small too, ish. It and radiology. So y'all got till the end of the live to tell me. Or did it go away already? I have no idea. I don't know where it went. Or digestion. Digestion's pretty small too, like smaller. I can do digestion or radiology or cardiology next. I got musculoskeletal to do too. Those are all really big. And then lab and path and medicine. Shoot me by the time we get there. But yeah. I don't know why it went away so fast. That was crazy. Y'all just have to tell me. It's so long, but I know I got to do them all. But it was a 15-second timer. Oh, holy crap. Can you set the... Okay, so yeah, I only got 3 answers. Okay. So crybaby is still cardiology. Smiley face is digestion. Let's do that. You got 15 seconds. We got a cardiology. We got another cardiology. Got a digestion. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Digestion is smiley face. Cardiology is crying. Cardiology is winning. It's, yep, half and half. 4 at smiley face, 6 at cardiology. That's so funny. CC wants, yep. Poll ends in 7 seconds. Get your scores in. Smiley face or crybabies. Digestion. Y'all are sweet. Crybabies win at 8. And digestion was 5. Oh, that was fun. Okay, thank you. Now that I know how to do it, let me get through with this. Okay, Medicare Part D. There was a question about toxicity and dependency. Remember, there's a guideline about what if a patient is diagnosed with abuse and dependency. You only code one or the other depending on the hierarchy of the abuse or the dependency category in our ICD10 book. I'll go over that on my next live. T codes. Good attitude. We can all help. Absolutely. We sure can. Critical care was on her CPC exam, which is lovely. We love critical care. We love it when they spout off that they're in critical care. All we got to do is go to our chart and pick out the right answer. Never look at the coding description for critical care for your answer. Always go to the chart in your CPT book. For CKD, with, that is dialysis. She had our question with the dialysis. I had that in our last live. I will get it and put it on this document before I share it. She had ER, observation, discharge the same day. Now remember, when you're in the ER, you never ever code a patient's location. We don't care that they're in the ER. It is a trap. Never ever ever code ED or ER. You only code their status. So when you're looking through ER questions, be sure and look for the word status, because that will tell you how to code. And AAPC uses that word to identify the patient being in observation. So you'll see it. Plus, there's common diagnoses that they always use for observation, which are dehydration, wheezing, asthma, rapid heart rate, those kinds of things. But you never code their location. You always code their status. So they can be in the ER and they could be admitted to the hospital. It don't matter. They're inpatient, right? They just don't have a bed for them, but they're admitted. So you really need to pay attention to not paying attention to ER status. Don't ever pay attention to that word. Look for what their status is, what the doctors classify them as. So there are codes in observation for admit into observation. There's also codes that do discharge in observation, but there's also a code that ends in 3-5 that is both admit and discharge in the same day for observation. A lot of times you'll have a patient who will come in and have been admitted into observation. They're getting some breathing treatments, what have you. Then there's a shift change. All the doctors go home, and then a new doctor comes in, evaluates the patient, says, okay, you're good to go home, and sends that patient home. Well, a new doctor discharged them, but another doctor admitted them. So it's going to be two separate claims, two separate bills for that, and there's separate CPT codes for those situations. So when you're in these questions for AAPC, be sure you know the status of your patient, not the location where they're at. Be sure you know whether the same doctor admitted them and discharged them, or if it's different doctors, and that'll help you with those questions for sure. You know, I'm not looking at the codes right now off the top of my head, but I know it's a 99235? Is it, guys? I don't know. I'm just off the top of my head. I know it ends in 35. And then there's the 19, the 99219, and then the 19 and the 17. That's the admit and then the discharge, but they're all observations, but they're separates. So I know the last two digits are correct. 19, 17. 19 is admit, 17 is discharge, and 35 is the combo, both admit and discharge. And you have to really look into that CPT code descriptor on the 35 code to actually see it as the last words in the descriptor about 3 to 4 sentences down to see that that code actually takes care of both. So it's hidden. So there you go. I hope that's from my memory now. And y'all, I never wanted to be a coder. I'm a medical auditor. Look at me rattling off codes. All right. This definition was on her exam. She had no burns. She did have an excision wedge where they cut the wedge out. It looks just like that, a piece of pie, out of something, and she had to code it. She had a repair. She had these codes on her exam. Of course, she had anesthesia with MAC and CRNA, so don't forget to know your modifiers for anesthesia. And if you have not moved those codes from your HitPix book and put them in your CPT book, you really need to do so. There is a list of anesthesia modifiers that are in the HitPix book that are not in the CPT book, where they need to be anyway, and I like to put them on page 77 of the CPT book. This is the beginning of the section where you code anesthesia. It's just handy because you've already got some of your modifiers right here for your P1s and P5s, but I go through the HitPix book, and there is the back cover of this HitPix books. If you get it from APC, they do this lovely little chart thingy here that's got all the anesthesia modifiers and a cheat sheet for you. Well, I just move them and put them all right here so that they're there. And you definitely need to know where your MAC is and where your CRNA codes are so that you have those accessible during the exam, so you can just turn right to them and check those two things off really quickly. The left eyelid repair, remember you've got your E1 modifiers through E4. And then remember the eyelids are these modifiers, but you've got, right eye, left eye, which is different from eyelids. So MAC is, are you talking about on your exam, or are you talking about in my notes? Because MAC is QS, by the way. That's just monitored anesthesia. Yeah, MAC is there. It's QS. It's there. It's right underneath QK and QX. She did have a baby birth, and she did have an induced AB with a DE. I can't say this word during a live, and this DE is different than a DC. So there is a D and C. There's also a D and E. Be sure you know the differences in those two, because that will come up on the exam. But this particular thing I can't say, other than they didn't, they lost the pregnancy. There we go. There's a good word for that. Okay. So for 215, hey, Coder 702, we are doing AAP, CPC, COC, we're doing AHEMA, CCS, CCA, you name it. I do CIC, CMPA, all of them, auditors to whatever. I really like the AAPC's format and questions, but that's what we are working on. Yeah. I have figured out a way to take the practice exam questions and utilize the process of elimination with coding irregularities to where we rarely even read the questions at all. We just go straight to the answers. We check out those codes. We do the process of elimination. Then with what's left, we look for coding irregularities and look for our direction from the book on how those codes can be used. And then we usually end up finding the answer without even reading one word of the question. And that's what I teach here free. And I also show you how to prep your book for the CPC exam so that you will be ready for the exam. And that way we got a large greater percentage of passing than anybody else for sure. Yep. No, CRNA is, you're going to have another modifier, my love. CRNA with no direction would be QZ. CRNA by an anesthesiologist is going to be QY. CRNA by an MD or medically directed is QX. So you've got a couple of options there depending on what's going on, if they're working by themselves or if they're using direction from a doctor or another anesthesiologist. So you might have to use some more. You're doing, oh good, and CCS, yes, just Janet in our group is in our Discord, and she helps me out a lot with the CCA and CCS. She has taken and passed already her AAPC CPC, and she is doing her CCS right now, or took it last week, but she's got tons of notes on that one too. And mostly the CPC gets you 75% of the way. She's got the rest. We even have a practice room on our Discord for just practicing questions for the CCS exam. So we love it. We include y'all in all of our stuff over here. So hopefully we can help you out too. Yep. So if you have not joined Discord, I'm trying to find my phone. If you don't have the Discord app, you can download it onto your phone or PC, whichever one, and then just come friend me at Medical Coding by Jen on Discord. When you get friended, I can add you to our room and see this is our server room, and then we have all these practice rooms for all kinds of stuff, but we even have one for CCS and CCA. I saw Janet in here a minute ago. She was sharing stuff right there. This is the CCS and CCA room. I'm sorry about it, but she's in there sharing away right now all her notes. Look at that girl. She's just sharing away. So this is all free volunteer time to help you guys out, want to make a difference in your life. We help out with medical terms, anatomy, jobs, CEUs, whatever you want. But yeah, you got to get the Discord app because we grew too big for Facebook Messenger. So Discord, download the app, set up your account already. If you've got husbands or kids, they're going to make fun of you for getting Discord, but that's okay. It's more for a gamer site, but it really works for holding all of our information and giving everybody access to all of it really fast and instantly. So just come find me there. Same wording as right here, and we'll help you out too. Yep. All right, CK. I'll get you after this live, okay? For sure. I see I've got 2 pending, and I had them all done before the live, so that's great. Hopefully I can help you guys out. And if you want copies of my notes, there's a link in my bio for these, for the CPT book. And I also did the guidelines like this too, so they're rocking. I have what I'm going over right now is what's been on the CPC exam the last 45 days document that I have up on TikTok, but I also, on Etsy, but I share it here on live. These are impressions, memories of what was on the exam when they took it this Saturday. So we're just discussing what their thoughts and ideas and feelings were about certain things. Of course, we had our ARDS. What did that stand for on the exam? I don't know if she had exam A, B, C, but we know she took it in person. And here's her impressions. She said she had a lot of E&M. And you know we're going to have our 10 regular E&M questions, and then we're going to have those 10 cases. So you do get a lot more E&M than we used to. But she had the E&M questions, had the trap that started out with the ED that I just spent 20 minutes talking about. It's a trap, ED, ED, ED. Never ever code where the patient is located at. Physical body location means nothing. You need to code their status. What does the doctor think they are? Does the doctor consider them observation, or are they inpatient? Even though they're in the ER, they could actually be inpatient. We just don't have a bed for them. So got to be careful with that one. Anesthesia, she had the QS, the QX, and the QY. That's why I say, please, please, please move your modifier codes to that page in your CPT book out of your hit picks. It's super handy. Just put them underneath your P's, and then you got everything you need for anesthesia all in one. It's a really great area for that. She had Moss surgery, which have their own guidelines. Remember, no adding here. None. Don't add a thing. No adding on Moss. If you have anything over the number 5, that's when you add your add-on code. Other than that, leave it alone. Don't add anything. She had the angiograph. Had some questions on this our last live where I did those angiographs, but I think I was in the medicine section. So this must have been in the radiology section. So she had one about it being bilateral and stuff. Yep. There you go, Mean. Got it for you. Acute respiratory distress syndrome. It's always been in there. It's been a long-serving question. It's been on this document that's now 32 pages long and 6,000 words that RDS was top number 1 since September. It's been on there on that CPC exam. Here we've got another one of these words that I cannot say during the live, so we won't. And the codes that were associated with it right there. And we've got some debridement codes that were on their exam. A lot of integumentary remembers the beginning of this exam for sure. We had some vaccines. That's new because Beth and a couple of other people did not, have any vaccine questions at all. Thanks, Annie, for the friend request. I'll get to you in just a second. They had no vaccines on their CPC exam at all. So that's a new one for us too. Another question about medicine cardiovascular, was in that medicine section that we like to stay in. I've been doing more of those in the lives, and unfortunately Saturday's live did not record on TikTok. So I need to go over those questions again anyway. So, yeah. I know, Tiffany. It is nerve-wracking. I like debridement too because it makes everything intermediate. You don't have to worry about it. It's not simple. It's not complex. It's always intermediate. So debridement is cool. When you see it, you know you're intermediate. Done. Process of elimination will save you on a lot of questions, I promise. It really will. It makes the unseen seeable. Just don't focus on anything that comes after the first codes. So, like in this example, you see all this nightmare. Don't. Just go one number at a time. Process of elimination. There we go. We've got a difference between the 0 and the 1. Go see what your differences are. That's it. What is your difference between the O and the 1? Whatever that is, you'll go look for that key term up here to find out whether it's going to be the O or the 1. And it's usually, right there in your, your tear right there. If it included something. What? No, baby. I don't know. You're the one at the front door, honey. Sorry, my kids are interrupting. Process of elimination will help you out so much because it's going to get you down to this 81, and then look, everything's the same except for just the 21 and the 11. Then all you got to do is look up your differences between those two codes because you've eliminated the two 80s, and then the rest of it is all the same. Process of elimination will help out so much. This one right here, we just follow along, 1, 1. Then there's a 3 and a 4 and a 0, 0. So we know we can get rid of that, and we know we can get rid of that because these two are the more similar codes. Then the only difference you have is the 15 and the 4, but the 4, one of your throwaways, has the same answer as the one of the ones you're keeping, so you know your answer is this one. You can move on to your next question without looking at anything. I didn't even know that. I just, you can, my process of elimination is great because it'll tell you the answer without even reading the question up here. It's great. I love it. But anyway, let's get back to what we're doing and get through with these because I'm already over 2 hours. Our last thing that we did find on the exam was all these modifiers. And I can believe it. They're definitely going to have 25 on there. 26 is kind of unusual, but okay. Definitely going to have some of these, and most of the time you ain't going to use them. They're there because they're fluff. And then the differences between, these are going to be on there. So not too bad. How long can I spend on one question? 2 minutes. You need to get done in 120 seconds so that you have time left over for your cases at the end. Because those might take longer than 2 minutes. It depends. But you still need to do the process of elimination. You need to not even bother reading them. Go straight to the answer. See what the question is actually asking you first. What's the last line in the sentence of the entire question? Look at the answers. Do your process of elimination. Look for coding irregularities out of what's left. Go look at the CPT code book, see what the differences are out of what's left, then go to your question and do a word search only for what those two differences are in those CPT codes. That will take the human nature out of question and answers, out of the equation, so that you won't get tricked by the propaganda in the question. Yes, they are all multiple choice. All those answers you can find on the AAPC website too. They explain in great detail about what their exam has, how many questions are in each which section of the CPT code book. Just tons of information about what the exam is, their exam has, how many questions are in each which section of the CPT code book. Just tons of information about what the exam is and how to take it. It is absolutely not necessary to take a course, and in fact I don't recommend taking it because no one I've ever met out of this almost 8,000 people that follow me were not happy with taking a course. I met one person who liked it and enjoyed it and thought they got their money's worth. Nobody else has, not a one. So you can absolutely learn how to pass the exam watching and learning my techniques from me for free, 100%, absolutely. But you will learn how to code from whatever job you get. You will learn medical coding during your career, which is perfectly fine because every office codes differently based off medical contracts. So what's the same for one group is going to be different from another group. Nothing is universal in healthcare at all in the United States, as we all know. So even the way they write up their computer programs and their script, it's all different. And you will learn on the job, so don't worry about all that. Oh, that AAPC 16-week course. Girls, oof. Thank you, Taco Tasha. Happy to help, Absolutely, guys. All right, I'm going to finish working on this note to get my notes out of this and resend this out to everybody who purchased the what's been on the CPC exam in the last 45 days. Add some more practice exam questions. I know I've got that CKD one. I know I have that elective AB one. I can get some of these. I know we have that anesthesia one with the CRNA. I'll get those added. Get my notes, red marks removed, and save it as a PDF and send all those emails out. And then I will be back, guys. I've got to finish this neuro, and all I got to do is our front pictures and a few more codes in the background back here to finish up this section from the last couple of pages because we've been working on it very hard. Y'all can stay and watch me work on these if you want to. I've only got these last pages to finish up. I got all my highlights and stuff done, so I just got these last pages to do, and then we'll do the anatomy portion of it in the front. But all of a neuro is almost done, almost ready. Just got to finish adding to the brain, body parts and stuff, and then we'll be ready to get that published, and then we can move on to cardiology if that's what everybody's wanting me to do. All that green section is going to take me forever. Gonna take me forever, but that's okay. I gotta get started on it. And I just need to erase all my marks. Anybody got any questions before I end this one? This live at least, and then I'll be back in a little bit. As soon as I finish up this, sending this sucker out to everybody. I know everybody's been waiting for a couple of weeks for an update. And I know a lot of people are taking their exam this weekend, so gotta get this sucker out there. Let's see. Yep, it's all multiple choice. I just started the end of last year. I'm so glad she said this. Yes. Oh, I am trying my best, MK. My last live did not record. TikTok had technical issues, I hope. So, yeah, cardiology is super lengthy. I just got my 2022 book today. You got to get it marked up. Yes, do. First thing you should do, Annie, number one, right through the gate, just start finding all these red codes because your book is in numerical sequence. Absolutely do not tab your book like all those people tell you to do. Don't tab it. Just don't. Your exam is going to be in numerical order, and you're just going to be looking up numbers. Don't tab anything. So leave those tabby things in the front of the book. But then the second thing you need to do is go find all these codes that are throughout the entire book. They're supposed to be in numerical order, but as you can see, number 52 is out of order. It's not here. They moved it somewhere else in the book, and they're telling you it's between these codes. Well, there's nothing more frustrating when you're taking a timed exam, when you have 120 seconds and you got to go find multiple codes that might be out of sequence. All you need to do is go write a page number down. I wrote the column number down because there's 2 columns on each page, but you don't even have to do that. At least get a page number of where it's at written beside all of this. Go throughout the entire book and do the whole thing. It's a process, but that's step 1. Okay. If you go to my website, Medical Coding by Jen, where is that site? I was working on it today. This is going to be the new page, guys, when I get it laid out. This is going to be the front of it. I was thinking about a Star Wars quote. I don't know what to put up here, but persistence without insight will lead to the same outcome. The Mandalorian says this, and the guy says this is the way. I probably can't use that quote, but I love it because y'all are persistent, but y'all don't know what's on the exam to know what will happen so that you can have a better outcome. Anyway, I'm trying something like that. But this will be the new page and what it will look like when I get done with it. But right now, it's pretty boring. It doesn't look like that, but I'm working on it. It looks like this when you get there. It's pretty dark and dismal and boring looking, and it just has my tutoring on there. But when you get in there and you become a member, you have this member page which has, where is it? Sorry, all these menus. I'm trying to figure this mess out. It has all the resources, of course, for public viewing, which will show you where my Facebook is, the TikToks are, the YouTube is. That's all where that is. And there's me working away on the computer where I'm at right now. There's curtains. And then it also has a page, if I can find it. No. Let's see. Where is it? CPT Book Prep, right there. This is free. And if you click on each picture, it'll somehow or another. I probably can't do it from my settings in here, but oh yeah, I go to Manage Media. I have words written beside all these. You'll be able to see all that, what this is and what to do here. It's going to have directions on the picture, all that mess. I'll tell you why that picture's there and what to do. So then I have other tips on what to do. You just got to click on each picture to see what I wrote beside it. But all this is behind the scenes, you know. Y'all get to see it differently than I do. Y'all get to see it like this, so that when you do sign in, it will be right there under Book Prep. And then, I don't know if I have to be logged on or what, or if my internet's slow. But the Discord app is there too. I don't know if I'm on the real thing. Oh, there we go. So there you go. You got all these pictures showing you what to do with the book and why I did it. And when you click on it, you'll be able to see right there what I did and what we're doing with the book. And then you can click out of it. I've got the anatomy pictures here. I've got the CPT code book things, why I'm doing it, what we're doing it for. All you got to do is click on them. And then I got my free one-sheeters for the sepsis. You know, that's really difficult to code, so I just recommend going to the diagnosis code book, go into that diagnosis code right there for A41 and just writing all 4 of these scenarios right there beside that code. But I've got all those done right here. So I've got heart attacks, the E&M chart for you. All my little one-sheeters are right there, but I'm working on the website, trying to make it something a little better for you guys, for sure. Free articles. I have some new blogs about the new COVID vaccine, the new updates right here, what to code with it, and what even the PCS stuff that y'all are supposed to have, you CCS people. I even have all those codes written out here for you for that. So I've been working on it, even though you can't tell, but yeah, that's all there. What codes to use. There's your diagnoses, and I got CPTs, I'm sure, if there was any, but no, it's just the PCSs. The vaccines, yeah. All right, well, anyway, that's what all that mess is. And I don't have a poll up yet. It shouldn't be there anyway. I was trying to figure out how to do that on Discord, but I got other free articles too, like somewhere, but I don't know where they're at. But that's the latest one that I did. But anyway, I'm working on it. And even put up a general information about who I am and what I've done in my career. So that's there. And then we have links to some of the stuff. And then you can book online. And then I've been moving some of the stuff over in the shop, like the notes from Etsy and stuff, been moving those over. But I also put down, because I got asked by Beth and some other people that passed their CPC exam and they wanted to donate an hour of one-on-one tutoring with me to somebody in the group, and we're having a raffle for one of those hours. So I put up a donation thing here so that if anybody wanted to donate to the group and have a raffle for either tutoring hours or for a PDF version of the PDFs for me, they could even donate that too. So I put that up, and then I'm moving the sections from Etsy over to here because I can make them into bigger PDF files. I can't do the entire book all in one yet because I do everything in color. But this one will hold twice as much on one PDF download as Etsy will. Etsy has a 25 megabyte file size restriction. This site has a 40 megabyte download per whatever regulation. But anyway, I'm working on it. I'm trying to fix it up for you guys. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope to see some of you guys in Discord, because Discord is where it rocks. I mean, geez, I really wanted this all on my website, like these practice rooms and things like that, but I don't know how to move that in there. But I do have a Discord page on my website so that you can get the link, and it is on here. When we go to Discord, you can see actually our Discord right here on this page inside my Medical Coding by Jen. We're all right there. And you can click into the lounge and all that stuff from the website. But if you have a computer, you can have it up on your computer too, which is kind of cool. And you can go to all your practice room questions. You can look at any of your CCS people. Y'all can go in here too. Janet's in there helping away. Even the auditor questions are in there. We've got Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse, always in trouble. I had some exam questions that I did for today. I thought I changed them all, but I don't know what I did. I changed them all to squirrel, and for some reason they didn't change really for you guys today. I wonder why. I was changing some of the words. Wonder which exam I changed. Even got a thank you. That's the thank you letter for people who donate for everybody. That's going to be their PDF they download that says thank you for donating. I thought it was this one, but not everybody got changed. Wonder which one I changed then. Did I change this one? Nope, I didn't change that one. Didn't change that one. This was the one that I changed. Yes. No? Yeah, see? I changed everything to squirrel. Everything's going to be squirrel from now on. Or if there's an MD, it's funny. There's a rabbit. There's a squirrel that was pregnant. And then every time it says ED or physician, it'll say there was a rabbit. Our rabbit is our physician. instead of using Mickey Mouse, because I was scared Mickey Mouse Disney would come after me, so I changed to squirrel and rabbit is what I'll be presenting on the questions from here on out too, by the way. Look, the ER rabbit frequently did something and the squirrel was discharged. So hopefully y'all don't mind, but I thought it was funny. But anyway, yeah, well, we're going to be switching out to rabbits and squirrels. I thought it was cute. Your exam is this weekend, Mom? Oh, best of luck, for sure. I've got tutoring this week. I know I have somebody tomorrow. I got people every day this week, every day except for Sunday. How do we get an email? You can email me. There's a link here on TikTok. Where'd my other phone go? Okay, here we go. I unlocked the phone. You can, after this live ends, I think you can go straight to my fuzzy hair face right there, and there is an email link right there. There's also the Etsy page right there, or you can go directly to medicalcodingbyjen.com, which is my website, which has everything on it. You just sign up, be a member. It's for free. I'm not collecting your information for anything. And then you go to resources as soon as you sign up, and it's got everything on there as far as Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. All the free repeat lives are there. Then there's also a page just for Discord where you can click on it and join into there. Once you have downloaded and done your Discord, be sure and sign up for it first, please, because I don't think it works. The linkies don't work unless you have already signed up and created an account with Discord. But these are all the Facebook groups and stuff like that. I don't do anything there much but post when I post a new section up on Etsy for you. But YouTube is where it's at, because you get to watch all my 2 to 3, 4 hour repeat lives showing you how to fix these books. We go over practice exam questions, all that stuff from here. And plus it has a list of what times I do my lives. I didn't do it Monday night because it was a holiday. So stuff happens. Life happens. I was here. I just, at the last minute, I thought, oh, it's Valentine's Day. I bet everybody's out to eat. So I decided tonight was a better night. And for my advisors inside Discord who let me know, that kind of stuff. But I'm also taking some college classes. Oh my gosh, look at my college classes. Oh yeah. Taking those for my PhD. So I got to get back onto that again before long. But yeah. These questions will be the ones we will do on Wednesday. We will be squirreling it up with our bunny rabbit doctor, and I've got plenty of them to go over. So hopefully this has been helpful. Hopefully you can find my email and everything else in the links in bio. But I'm going to get off here. This phone has 5% battery. I'm going to charge it for the next 30 minutes, and then I'll be back to do the rest of neuro in just a little bit. Check this out. Give me 30 minutes is when I'll be back. Thank you, Perfect. Go say hello to my mom and put the kids to bed. Thank you. The curtains have these little lights. I don't know why they're not on right now, but they should be on. Nothing. My membership is free. 100%. Everything I do here is free. Absolutely. To apply for the raffle, email me with raffle or giveaway in the line to say that you want to be a participant in it. That way I can keep those emails separate, and then I'll have Travis draw your names. So far I've only had one person send me an email. It's at codingbyjen@gmail.com. The email address is in the link in here at TikTok. And you can ask to be put in the raffle. Membership is free. I don't charge anything. Yeah. Oh, yep. Time. Thank you to Twinkle is keeping me straight. I gotta go. The battery is about to die too. Yeah, the Etsy notes are rocking. They really are. I wished I'd had them. Sunday is for rest. Yes, I try. I try to save me one day. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, guys. Oh, Mama, that's sweet. You can donate to the group if you want to on that medicalcoding.com and give somebody some free notes or free tutoring hours. I just set that up today. If I should set up some other link like product development donation or something, I can do that too. I just didn't think about that till just now. All right, I gotta go. I gotta go, guys. I gotta go charge this battery. We got 4% battery. You're very welcome. I will see y'all in about 30 minutes.